Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into a topic that's about as cheery as a root canal on your birthday: the potential targets of a nuclear attack by Russia. Now, before you start building that bunker in your backyard, let me be clear, this is purely hypothetical. We're not in the business of fear-mongering here. What we are going to do is take a look at which U.S. cities would be considered high-value targets from a strategic standpoint. Think of it as a morbidly fascinating thought experiment, like imagining what kind of cheese the moon would be if it were, in fact, made of cheese. So, buckle up, grab your metaphorical hazmat suits, and let's navigate this radioactive minefield together. Now you might be thinking, Pittsburgh? The Steel City? Home to pierogies and that bridge from the Steelers logo? And to that, I say, yes, but also so much more than that. You see, Pittsburgh isn't just a city with a charmingly unhealthy obsession with bridges. It's also a strategic gold mine. Or, well, a strategic steel mine, if you will. First off, let's talk about the obvious: steel. Pittsburgh is practically synonymous with the stuff. It's got more steel-related businesses than you can shake a Primanti bread sandwich at. And in a time of war, steel equals weapons, infrastructure, and all sorts of things that make a country go boom. Not the mushroom cloud kind, mind you. But wait, there's more. Pittsburgh also happens to be a major energy producer, just a stone's throw away, or a rogue missile's throw away, if we're being realistic, sits the Beaver Valley Power Station, a nuclear power plant that could power a small country. Taking out Pittsburgh wouldn't just cripple industrial output, it would also deliver a significant blow to the U.S. energy grid. And let's not forget about those bridges we mentioned earlier. Remember those 446 bridges connecting Pittsburgh's various neighborhoods? Well, they're not just pretty to look at. They're also vital arteries for transportation and logistics. Destroying them would throw the entire region into chaos, making it that much harder for the U.S. to mobilize resources and support. So, there you have it. Pittsburgh, a city that's more than just the sum of its bridges, pierogies, and sports teams. It's a strategic target that would make any self-respecting supervillain rub their hands together with glee. Ah, San Francisco, the Golden Gate City. Land of sourdough bread, tech bros, and hills so steep they could make a mountain goat break a sweat. But beneath that charming veneer of fog and artisanal coffee roasters lies a city that's practically begging to be a target on a very large, very destructive map. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, you delightful scamp, you're being ridiculous. Why on earth would anyone want to nuke a city as beautiful and culturally significant as San Francisco? And to that, I say, have you met humanity? We're not exactly known for our rational decision-making, but beyond our inherent capacity for self-destruction, there are some very practical reasons why San Francisco would be a prime target. First and foremost, San Francisco is an economic powerhouse. We're talking Silicon Valley, folks, the epicenter of technological innovation, home to more startups than there are grains of sand on Ocean Beach. Taking out San Francisco would be like cutting off a vital artery of the global economy. It would send shockwaves through the tech industry, disrupt global trade, and probably cause your iPhone to spontaneously combust. But it's not just about the money, honey. San Francisco is also a major cultural hub. It's a melting pot of diversity, a haven for artists and free thinkers. It's where the Beat Generation found its voice, where the summer of love blossomed, and where you can still find a decent sourdough bread bowl, if you know where to look. Nuking San Francisco wouldn't just be an attack on America, it would be an attack on the very idea of progress, creativity, and the pursuit of a perfectly frothed cappuccino. And let's not forget about the Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, come on, it's an iconic landmark, a symbol of American ingenuity. You know they'd go for the Golden Gate Bridge? It's like the Death Star of bridges. You can't just leave it standing there untouched, so there you have it. San Francisco, beautiful, vibrant, and unfortunately, a very tempting target for anyone looking to make a statement. But hey, at least the fog might provide some cover. Chapter 3. Howdy, partners, and welcome to Houston, Texas. We've got barbecue, boots, and enough oil and gas to make a Texan oil baron blush. But hold on to your Stetsons, folks, because this ain't no line dancing competition. We're talking about why Houston might just be at the top of Russia's to-nuke list. Now, Houston might not have the glitz and glamour of Hollywood or the financial clout of Wall Street, but what it lacks in sparkle, it more than makes up for in pure, unadulterated energy. See, Houston is the energy capital of the world. We're not talking about those fancy solar panels or windmills either. We're talking about the good old-fashioned, dinosaur-derived kind of energy, oil, and gas. Houston is swimming in the stuff. It's got more pipelines than a plumber's convention and more refineries than you can shake a stick at. Not that we recommend shaking sticks at refineries. Those things are flammable. So why is this a problem for Houston in the event of, a nuclear apocalypse? Well, imagine this. You're a nefarious supervillain with a bone to pick with America. You're looking at your big red button, and you're thinking, how can I inflict the most damage? How can I cripple their economy and send their citizens into a panic? And then it hits you. Houston. Taking out Houston wouldn't just be a blow to Texas. It would be a gut punch to the entire U.S. energy infrastructure. Oil prices would skyrocket, gas stations would run dry, and Americans would be forced to carpool with their in-laws. Shudder. But it's not just about the immediate impact. Remember those pipelines we mentioned? Those things crisscross the entire country, carrying oil and gas to every nook and cranny of the U.S. A nuclear strike on Houston would send a shockwave through that network, causing explosions and disruptions that could take months if not years to recover from. So, there you have it. Houston, a city built on oil, gas, and the American dream. And unfortunately, a prime target for anyone looking to turn that dream into a nightmare. But hey, at least they'll have plenty of barbecue sauce to go with their radioactive fallout. Chapter 4. Hold on to your surfboards, folks, because we're heading to La La Land, the city of angels, the entertainment capital of the world, Los Angeles. And let me tell you, when it comes to potential targets for a nuclear strike, Louisiana is about as high profile as it gets. Now I know what you're thinking. John, you magnificent bastard. You're being dramatic. Why would anyone want to nuke a city known for sunshine, beaches, and Botox? And to that, I say, my friends, you're forgetting one crucial thing: Hollywood. Yes, Hollywood. The land of make-believe, where dreams are made and shattered with equal frequency. But Hollywood isn't just about glitz and glamour, it's also a powerful propaganda machine. It's where America exports its culture, its values, and its questionable taste in reality TV to the rest of the world. Taking out Hollywood would be a symbolic victory for any enemy of the United States. It would be a way of saying, we're not just coming for your military bases and your financial institutions, we're coming for your heart, your soul, and your ability to produce mediocre superhero sequels. But it's not just about Hollywood. Los Angeles is also a major economic hub. It's home to countless multinational corporations, financial institutions, and tech startups. It's the port of entry for a huge chunk of America's imports and exports. Nuking Los Angeles wouldn't just cripple the entertainment industry, it would send shockwaves through the global economy. And let's not forget about the sheer number of people who call Los Angeles home. We're talking about millions of people, folks. Millions. A nuclear strike on LA would be a humanitarian catastrophe of unimaginable proportions. So there you have it, Los Angeles, a city of dreams, ambition, and the occasional earthquake. And unfortunately, a prime target for anyone looking to make a statement. But hey, at least the traffic wouldn't be a problem anymore. Chapter 5. Well, folks, we've reached the top of our list, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps, New York City. And let me tell you, when it comes to potential targets for a nuclear strike, New York is the grand prize, the main course, the whole enchilada. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, you glorious son of a bitch, you're being alarmist. Why would anyone want to nuke a city as iconic and culturally significant as New York? And to that I say, my friends, you're forgetting one crucial thing: Wall Street. Yes, Wall Street. The beating heart of American capitalism, the place where money goes to make more money, and where greed is considered a virtue. Taking out Wall Street would be like cutting off the head of the snake. It would send shockwaves through the global economy, causing financial markets to crash and burn like a Wall Street banker's retirement portfolio after a visit from Bernie Madoff. But it's not just about the money, honey. New York is also a major center of media, culture, and international diplomacy. It's home to the United Nations headquarters, for crying out loud. Nuking New York wouldn't just be an attack on America, it would be an attack on the very idea of a global community. It would be like kicking a puppy while simultaneously setting fire to an orphanage. And let's not forget about the sheer number of people who call New York City home. We're talking about millions of people, folks. Millions. A nuclear strike on New York would be a humanitarian catastrophe of unimaginable proportions. So there you have it, New York City, a melting pot of cultures, a beacon of hope, and unfortunately, a giant bullseye for anyone looking to make a statement. But hey, at least the Yankees wouldn't have to play the Red Sox anymore. That's it. So there you have it. A whirlwind tour of America's most nukeable cities. We've laughed, we've cried, we've contemplated building a bunker out of old Amazon boxes and duct tape. But in all seriousness, folks, let's hope and pray that this list remains purely hypothetical, because a nuclear attack, no matter where it strikes, would be a tragedy of epic proportions. What are your thoughts on the cities we discussed? Do you agree with our top 3 picks, or do you have other cities in mind that should have made the list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more insightful content. Thank you for watching.